Andy Murray back in action after pulling out of the Wimbledon singles.
Yes, come on, Andy. The two-time champion is pairing with his brother Jamie in the doubles this afternoon before, and this will be great as well, joining up with former US Open champion Emma Raducanu at the weekend.
I loved mixed doubles.
Yeah.
I find it really fun to watch. Because women and men, they play differently, you know? Complementary.
I don't think Emma's ever played, doubles before, let alone mixed doubles.
She must be nervous. She must be nervous. Should we cross over to Olivia Utley, who's still taking in the sun down in South London? Olivia, tell us what's on the cards today.
Well, it is a really huge day for British tennis. At the moment, kicked off at 1:30. There's a match going on between Fernley of Great Britain and Djokovic. Djokovic has just won the first set, but only 6-3, so it's not the end of the road for poor old Fernley, but up against, obviously, world number 3, back from surgery after just 3.5 weeks. Stormed through his first match on Tuesday, which I was lucky enough to see. Then, as you said, later in the day, there's the big attraction, which is Andy Murray's probably last ever match at Wimbledon. He's playing in the doubles with Jamie Murray, the men's doubles with Jamie Murray, his brother, a bit later this afternoon. We spoke to a few punters a little bit earlier about that match. Here's what they had to say.
I think he should keep going till he can't. Look, he's got the willpower, so he's good for trying. Who knows? You never know. He might get lucky. He might get further than you think.
I think he made a good decision to play the doubles and be here.
Maybe go out on a high, the doubles. I think he's playing the mixed doubles as well. Probably with his fitness level, he just didn't have enough for the singles, and that's why he opted out of the singles. But I think he's got every chance in the doubles.
And then, of course, the other big excitement, as you mentioned there, is Emma Raducanu, who's back in the game after a long on and off period, out because of injury, out because of fitness issues, got down to number 301 in the world after making it, of course, to world number 1 when she won the US Open back in 2021. She is back on fantastic form, stormed through her first round match yesterday. She won 6-2, 6-1 in just 75 minutes. She'll be playing with Andy Murray in the mixed doubles. Also, of course, she'll be carrying on in the ladies' singles. But that mixed doubles match is going to be fascinating. Raducanu has said that it's a childhood dream of hers to play mixed doubles with Andy Murray. But as you said there, Ben, she's very inexperienced when it comes to doubles. She's played one professional doubles match before and was knocked out immediately. But she is on fantastic form, so maybe it's going to be completely different this time around.
OK, Olivia Utley in Wimbledon. Enjoy the sunshine and the fun and the frolics, of course, as well. Emma Raducanu, Paul Coit is with us now.
Yes.
Emma Raducanu, I've been her biggest critic in recent years. She won the US Open.
Yep.
Amazing, out of nowhere. Everyone was so happy with her, delighted. Then, as far as I was concerned, then she started doing these Vogue shoots and brand deals and, maybe arguably concentrating more on the celebrity and the money than getting her head down. But now I'm happy to see her. Arguably, she's in great form in that first round match. She was great at Eastbourne the week before. Fingers crossed, she's shaken off all her...
She'll be pleased to hear that you're now behind her, I hear.
I'm sure she would, yeah.
Well, she's been waiting for that endorsement. She's been waiting.
She's now got your approval. The thing is, she was a kid. She's a teenager. She goes into the US Open. Let's not forget what happened in the Wimbledon before that. So it was just a few months before where she'd got through a few rounds and then her star started to rise. And people are thinking, who is this new young girl, this new British girl? And everybody put so much pressure on her. Then she got to the point where they put her on centre court. And if you remember, for the first time, they cancelled EastEnders. They said, we're not going to put EastEnders, we're going to put Emma Raducanu. So she played, and then she had to stop through breathing difficulties, as we well know, I think. And I'd said it at the time, and people were going, oh, no, it's not that. And she'd had a panic attack because it was so much for a youngster to take. So anyway, then she moved on from there, goes to the US Open, plays amazingly well. But she was lucky because the draw went with her. She never had to play anybody in the top 5, went right the way through and won that. Now, it's a really difficult place to go. So she's gone from nowhere to seemingly the best in the world to win the US Open, and then she started having injuries. She's had operations on wrists, on legs, on arms, you name it. She's had every operation. So finally, for the first time in 2 or 3 years, she's fully fit. Now, I mean, I know what you're saying, and I felt the same way. You think, this is just a flash in the pan. But I'm so glad that now we're seeing her play good tennis.
Do you know what? My thoughts on that isn't exclusive. I mean, that's quite a common theme.
No, you're not the only one.
John McEnroe said it. He said he didn't think Emma had the bottle to compete at the highest level, despite, of course, winning a Grand Slam. But, yeah, I mean, it's because people like me criticised her because we knew how good she is.
Yeah.
And I just wanted her at the time to focus more on... I mean, she changed coaches about 3 or 4 times.
A lot.
She focused too much, in my opinion, on the glitz and the glam and the brand deals.
I don't know. I mean, if Vogue comes up to you and says, you know,
Emily,
we'll pay you £1 million to just do a quick photo shoot.
Correct.
I mean, you'd be mad not to, wouldn't you?
You would, and I don't think... it's a matter of the balance. It's getting the balance right. Every single star going back to the 60s and 70s, look at Chris Evert, and then we've got Navratilova. We can think of all these great players. There's always going to be companies that are going to want you to publicise what you sell, and they'll offer a lot of money because they want you associated with that. Now, you're right to say how much of that affected her tennis. We don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know whether it truly did, because you can't say no, because all these opportunities are coming your way, but also concentrating on your tennis.
And they might not come next year.
Right. Of course they might.
Yeah.